It was one of the worst mass shootings in U.S. history. In April of 1999, two Columbine High School students, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, gunned down classmates and a teacher in Colorado.
More than 20 years later, Dylan's mother is sharing her journey in the wake of that horrific tragedy.
KIMT News 3's Jeremiah Wilcox spoke with her today and joins us now with the details. Jeremiah.
That's right, Georgie and Katie. At this Colorado high school 2 decades ago, Harrison and Klebold killed 12 students and 1 teacher, and Klebold's mother shared her perspective you don't typically hear after school shootings like this one.
It is very difficult to describe what it's like.
Sue Klebold is the mother of Dylan Klebold, one of the 2 gunmen responsible for the mass shooting at Columbine High School 20 years ago.
It's a tragic thing that continues to be tragic, decade after decade.
She's here in Rochester to host an event, but remains haunted by what happened all those years ago.
I thought often of leaving the community, but then I thought, well, if I left the community, I'd go somewhere else and just be, that killer's mother, and no one would know us.
On that awful day, Dylan and Eric Harris killed 13 people and themselves. Dylan's mother tells me looking back, there may have been signs he was suffering from a mental illness. Since the tragedy, there have been dozens of school shootings across the nation, from Parkland to Connecticut. Klebold has become an advocate for mental health awareness and suicide prevention.
The most important thing we can do is to listen without judgment, without trying to fix the problem.
Klebold is still searching for peace and perspective, despite the passage of time.
I would never, ever wish that, that this hadn't happened. But I think when we experience difficult and challenging things, it makes us into more understanding people, more compassionate people.
And during the interview, I also asked Klebold if there should be some law in effect that ensure that this won't happen, and she told me that she doesn't have the answer to that question, but there's something that has to be done.
All right, thank you very much, Jeremiah. And there is growing pressure underway now to tear down that school.
Hear what Klebold thinks of the proposal coming up on KIMT News 3 tonight at 10.